school. Right now we are logged in from the admin panel and you can see on the left all the modules that are available in the Smart School software. Here you can see your dashboard. On the top, you have your user profile, you have your tasks for the day, you have your calendar, and also the search bar where you can search any doc types that you require from any of the modules. You go back to the home screen. Here you can see the dashboard which shows you multiple graphs and statistics, awaiting payment, converted leads, the staff attendance, the student attendance, the graph of the fees for the month, the income of the month, fees versus expense graphs, expense of the month, the overview of fees, the libraries, attendance, the attendance of the staff, and also your calendar schedule. If there are any events taking place, it will show up on that date. To set up the school, you have your system settings. You can set up all the things that you require according to your classroom or school needs. You have your general settings, session settings, your notifications, SMS, email. You can set your print format, headers and footers. You can assign various roles and permissions to the user according to their designations. You can change languages. You can add or remove users. You can restrict the modules. You can update student profiles, so on and so forth. Let's check the modules one by one. The first module is of the front office. Here you can see basics that are required for the schools, including admissions inquiries. Admissions inquiries include a list of admissions that are ongoing currently. You get their status. You can print out this report. You can add a new inquiry. The visitor book showcases the visits that have uh, been there in your institute. These purposes are completely under your control. You can control the purposes, the name of the purpose, so there are no random purpose entries. There are phone call logs. You can log in every phone call that comes through to your institute. If there are any couriers or posts dispatched from your institute, we can keep a log of them as well. You can also keep a log of all the posts that are received. You have a log list of all the complaints, if any, received about your institute. And you can set up the front office from here. As you can see, there is the purpose list. As I mentioned before, you can even set up the complaint type, the source, and even the reference for the same. The students module contains the student detail. You can set up the filters, set up the selection. You even have a search bar for keyword. You click search and it will populate the list. Click search, it will populate the list again. So if there are multiple classes, multiple divisions set up during your general setting, you will have an easy access to filter out the student detail. Next is your admission form. Every detail is over here. You can even import the student data in bulk. You have a list of online admissions. You even get the status, whether the form is submitted, whether the fees is paid or unpaid. If there are any students that leave your institute, you have a list of them as well. You have the same filters here. And the moment you click search, it will populate the list. Currently, there are no disabled students. You have an option for multi-class students. The filter functionality is same at every stage. You have the option to bulk delete the data. You can create student categories. We have default categories set up here. You have your student houses depending on the color or however the policy of your school or education institute is. If there are reasons for the students to be disabled, you can create your own reasons as well. Next module we go is to fees collection. So it gives you a list of fees collected. You can select the same filters, search it, and you will get the list whether the fees have to be collected or it is paid. Similarly, you can search the paid fees via the payment ID. You can search the due fees. You can search it by the group, selection, class, and when you click on search, it will populate the list. You have the control over the fee master. You can completely create the masters of according to every class and fees type. You have control over the fees group. You have control over the fees type. If there's any discount to be given, you can create a reason for discount. Here we have three reasons listed in the data that we have entered here. If the fees can be carry forwarded, you can do that too. You can even set up a fees reminder. You can set up how many days before or after the reminder should be provided. Next is your income. So your income can be created here. There's already default data for reference. You can search the incomes that you need. So if I post a filter over here, we'll populate the list. You can create your own income heads. Currently, we have the default for reference. Similarly, we have an expense module which works against the expenses. Next is the attendance module. So you have your student attendance tool. All you have to do is search your class. When you search, it gives you the list and gives you the option to mark them present, late, absent, or half day, and even write a note, if any. You can have attendance by dates. Filters are common everywhere. You can approve leaves. So you get a list whether the leave is pending or approved and whom it was approved by. Next module is examinations. You can create exam groups. You can create exam schedules. You can even post exam results. The same filter, the same according to the exam, the sessions, the class, the section. You can design your admit card for the exam. We have a sample card over here. You can even print the admit card. You can design your own mark sheet. We have a sample mark sheet created over here. You can print the mark sheet. You can mark the grade. There's even the online examination section. There's a lessons plan where you can manage the lessons, manage the syllabus. Let's just open it. So the lessons depends on the class. So similarly, you can select the topics for the same. You can manage the lessons. You can manage the syllabus. Similarly, in academics, we have the academic section. You can set up the class timetable. Select the class, the section, the same filters as before, and you can set up the entire weekly timetable. You can even set up the teacher's timetable. You can assign a class to the teacher. You can promote students. You can create a subject group. You can make your subjects, your classes, your sections. The next module is human resources, where you have your entire staff directory, your staff attendance, the payroll for your staff, You can add photos of the staff as well. You have your leave requests, your leave types for the teacher, department, designation, the staff that has left. The communication module gives you a notice board, the ability to send an email, send an SMS. You have your log of the SMS and email as well, and the login credentials. The download center gives you contents for assignments, study material, syllabus, and other downloads. You can even put in your homeworks uploaded here. You can manage your library, the list of books, the issue returns, the student that joins the library, or the staff member as well. You can manage your inventory items via the system as well. You can add stock, the define item category, the item store, the item supplier, manage your vehicles, the routes of the vehicles, the and assign which vehicle is for which classroom. Similarly, if you have hostel facilities, you can define the rooms, the room type, and the hostel data. In certificate module, you can generate certificates, you can generate ID cards for the students as well as the staff. Your front CMS, if there are any events, news, galleries, you can define them here. The alumni lets you manage the alumni and events and all the data that is input over here. You get a big list of reports for the students' information, their finance data, your attendance, examinations, so on and so forth. So this concludes the demonstration for Smart School. Thank you so much.